Hi and welcome to my channel. I am Hazy Daisy Tarot, which is subject to change. Anyway, this is my third video, and I wanted to do something different for this one, like for a long form video, like more of like an advice kind of thing. But it's going to be a guided message from a deity. As I work with a lot of deities and decided that for the first one, I wanted it to be fun, so I asked Dionysus for a few questions on how to allow more fun into your life, which actually ended up tying, which wasn't on purpose, but it ended up tying on into the last video I did with how to invite more passion into your life, which is one. Or no, that was called Finding Your Passion. What am I saying? This one is inviting more fun into your life, and that one was called Finding Your Passion. So I think that was so cute that it ended up working out like that. So yeah, I asked Dionysus a few questions about how to invite more fun into your life, just to keep it simple, and I think this will be a lot of fun. Oh, yeah, and I kept getting distracted during this, like, so bad, because I don't know why I kept laughing a lot. I even put in the notes, so I want to mention that if you start laughing, it's Dionysus. I'm so dead ass. I believe they're real. Like, the gods help me all the time. I love them so much. They're my people. Well, they're my deities. So a little backstory on Dionysus, just in case anyone needs a refresher, even though why should you? You should already know everything about him. I'm just kidding. I found out stuff I didn't know either looking him up, but I just wanted to cover the basics for this. So he is the twice-born son of Zeus and Princess Semele, and he is the god of nature, of fruitlessness, vegetation, and especially known as the god of wine and ecstasy. And I also saw intoxication, which is why I thought he'd be perfect. How can you do any of this stuff if you don't know how to invite those energies into your life? And who better than to help us than the god of wine? I love wine. Do you love wine? I don't know. Put it in the comments if you do. So I would like to say thank you to Dionysus for starting off these messages. And I hope that you can take what resonates and leave what doesn't. As, again, we're all subject, again, I didn't mention in this video at all, we are all subject to free will, and do whatever you want, but this is just, a little bit of advice. The first thing that really stuck out to me was that all the oracle cards I picked, ended up picking, were really romantic, and it wasn't on purpose at all. So I was a little confused at first, but you'll see as we keep going. This reading, it really didn't turn out the way I thought it was going to turn out. So, but it's like, if he, he knows what he wants, and I am not going to question him. So the first oracle card I pulled was Twin Flames, which was yin and yang, balance, union, duality, component, polar opposites. The second was passion, which, again, that's so funny. I did not mean to make that passion recording or reading and then to do this one. So please check that one out so you can really specify how you, want to find your passion. So clearly these can work together. I love that, actually. But for this card, it is insane chemistry, sparks, and having fun, equal interest, burning desire. The next card is date. Get back out there, meeting someone new, setting a date, date online, and then the next card was teddy bear. Interested in you, blooming romance, flirting, want to date. And I did end up picking another card because I was really surprised that it turned into a love reading. So I picked the other card, and I pulled Sword and Rose, which was clarity and truth, revelations, honor, protection, determination. So that was my confirmation, because I was like, really? But I guess, Dionysus and love, I feel like that would go hand in hand. I need to trust. You see that? This is the lesson. Take the lesson. Anyway, The first card I pulled was the Eight of Wands, and it is saying whatever this is coming in fast as hell. You're being active in your own life, and now it's all coming along. For clarity, I pulled the Page of Wands, and it's saying that creatively, what am I saying? Creatively, you're going with your gut instincts. This is especially true for you if you've recently decided to stop calling yourself crazy for having certain experiences. So if you've had any supernatural experiences, like, oh my god, I've had so many. I'm talking of fucking Dionysus for you guys. So, clearly. Um, like, if you've just certain experiences, I feel like a lot of us can get in our own heads and think, oh, I imagine that. But if you've recently just stopped doing all that shit, you're on really good track. If you've been working through the negative self-talk, good job. Dionysus says, allow your free spirit to take you where you truly want to go, as he is the god of wild abandonment, so that makes sense. I love that. The next card that I pulled was the Four of Pentacles, which says that you've been clutching your money too tightly and that you've been afraid to spend it where you really need to. And while that energy may have worked for you in the past, your fear of spending money is actually holding you back at this time. And yeah, that's really easy for Dionysus to say, because it's like, okay, son of Zeus, whatever. But he urges you to just put that fear on the back burner and try to work on shifting your mindset so that you can more so come out of survival mode, and that as you stop the negative self-talk, that you can be mindful of the ways you speak about your finances as well. Even though, times are tough, doesn't mean you should speak negatively into your wallet or into your bank account, because then you'll just be inviting more of that negativity in. And I don't want you to blame yourself. Like, this isn't about that. It's just about changing your circumstances, for the better, or at least trying to, because even if it doesn't work, at least you tried. I think it's going to work. And hell, Dionysus also thinks it's going to work. So, yeah, no more negative self-talk. You don't need to do that. It's not like, okay, no one is saying you're going to become a billionaire overnight. You shouldn't even want to be a billionaire. Being a billionaire is fucking ass. Look at how many people have billions and don't use it for the betterment of the world, but just for themselves. That's not something to aspire to be. Who do you really aspire to be for you and your life? And even if things don't happen overnight, they don't have to. You can take things as they come. Who says that the journey needs to be complete? No one is saying you need to have everything figured out tomorrow. We're just saying take those steps from where you are right now so that you can figure out, what it is that you really, really want, especially just in case you change your mind, because you really can change your mind on stuff if it's been a long time since you manifested. Like, how do you even know you still want those things? Allow things to come as they come. There's no rush. For right now, work on inviting the fun in. How can you have fun when you don't even know how to have fun, or how to make the fun come to you? Because you may be thinking, oh, well, I can't do this, I'm broke. But so what? Make the little things count where you are. It's like, I couldn't go on a $400 spa day, but I did like my own little spa day. It was so cute. I had fun. Even though it was like me and it wasn't a fancy spa, I still felt good for me, because I still gave myself a pedicure. I still gave myself a face mask. I still did this little massage thingy. Like, make things palatable for your life. You don't have to have everything figured out. And that is what Dionysus really, really wants you to know. You don't have to have everything figured out right now. Even if you're in the middle of the journey. We're all in the middle of the journey. You don't need to know how the end is, because how do you know how the end is? What does the end mean? None of us know how it's going to end, but that's the beauty of it. And let small things motivate you to accept those big things. just know that you are okay with what you are and with what you have, and you're not failing yourself by allowing things to be as they are or even as they may continue to be. But just letting that fun in it all will create more positive energy within yourself. The next card I pulled was the Eight of Pentacles, and it says that you can't have success without a little bit of hard work. And as this is future energy, I see this working out really great for you, as whatever you do will be very much worth the trouble. But I think that part of this is that when it comes to letting your inner child in, you allow it to guide you towards that thing you found to be super fucking awesome between the ages of what? I think it's what, 17, not 17, 7 and 15? And this could be something where you've always held yourself back from doing because you're afraid to put in the work, but this will give you the access to whatever it is that you've always wanted that you maybe didn't allow into your life. And with that, I'd say that this is definitely more so about learning to love yourself properly. Like, it's about dating yourself. It's about finding yourself as your twin flame. It's about creating yin and yang in you, allowing yourself to feel that passion. That's why it's, finding your passion. How do you find your passion? And I'd say that you're on a pretty good track, because with the Finding Your Passion video, that means that's right now where you are. So I think that's good. And then soon you'll be booked and busy. That's fucking perfect. Allow that to come in. Allow that energy to come in for you, and to take whatever pieces of fun you have throughout that day and make what you can out of it. Learn to love yourself properly and put yourself into positions that would allow these good things to happen to you. It's like I saw this TikTok, I think I mentioned it in this other video, but I saw this TikTok about Snow White, and it was about how a lot of people don't like Snow White, and I'm normally one of those people. She's not my favorite princess, but I never thought of it in that way, where it's like she has such a tragic backstory. She has an evil mother who is abusive, and she gets ran out of town for being pretty. What a hater. What a fucking hater. Or for being fair. The hell? What does that even mean? And, you get chased through woods by some hunter who's like, oh, you're so nice, I'm letting you go. But it's the things she did along the way. It was the kiss that she gave a dove that gave the prince the idea to kiss her. It was the way she helped the baby animals in the forest that made the animals help her clean the house. It was her cleaning the house that gave her a place to stay. And it's like those little things you do really can make a difference for yourself in your life. So allow those things to make that difference. Those little things can pay off in really big ways. But also, it's not about expecting a reward. Do things for you. Do things because that's the life you want. And that's what it is. It's like she was singing, someday my prince will come. And your thing may be, someday I'll be a rock star. So do things that'll make you a rock star. Just about that. Live that life. Go trash a hotel room. Don't do that until you're rich. But I believe in you. The Two of Pentacles says that you should think of all of this as a dance, where you're always learning new steps, but fuck it, you're dancing, and dancing is fun. Trust yourself to be in sync with the universe at this time. With the Nine of Wands, I'm seeing that this is something that you've been repressing for a really long time, and that you know exactly what I'm talking about. This is like I got really emotional when I actually did this reading, because I could tell it was something that someone really felt ashamed about. Like something where it's like, shit, I missed my chance, or like, oh, but everyone's gonna make fun of me, or maybe someone did make fun of you, or like maybe you did something and okay, it's like, this is such a random, this is what pops into my head, but it's kind of like with Zac Efron. He never played basketball before he was in High School Musical, and I think the one time he did, he scored the basket in the other team's basket. Like he went the wrong way. I think it was either basketball or soccer, something like that. And then it's like now he's on High School Musical having to pretend he's a fucking giant basketball star. You never know where you may end up. That's the point. Like, you just may never know what might help you, or what might come, what nothing may come out of something. And that's the beauty of it, because that's really all possible. Because basketball might not be for you, but acting and dancing may be for you. And you may have to pretend to be a basketball player while doing it. Like, just let the weird shit come as it comes. You know, it's all part of the journey. That's the fun of it. Oh, also, I should mention specifically something about singing. For some reason, I kept writing singing instead of singing when I got to this part. It didn't happen any other time, so let that resonate where it resonates. Dionysus says that you need to trust that you'll find the people that are meant to be in your life. That it's fine if everyone cannot be in community with you. You don't have to force anything. And that by forcing a lot of this stuff, all you're doing is making yourself fucking miserable. The Queen of Swords says that it's time to cut to the truth. Do you care what these people think? If it's a no, then don't care what they think. Who's going to care about what some hater thinks when you're living your best life? And that's why with Dionysus' last message is the Ace of Cups, which I think is so cute. And it's that he blesses you on all your new endeavors, and he sees a beautiful future in store for you, and hopes to top your glass as it should forever be filled. It's so cute, beautiful, I love it. Alright, so the angel numbers for this are, if you are seeing 8, 4, 4, 4, 4, like a faux faux faux. Like Wendy's. The time, if you're seeing the time 4:44 a.m. or p.m., if you're seeing groups of 8s, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2:22 a.m. or p.m., 11, 999, and also 8:44 p.m. I'm hearing specifically. This reading applies to you if you are a Leo, which could be fire sign energy, or if you know someone named Leo, if you're around a lot of Leos. Yeah. And if you have a black bob, if you've been dreaming of the beach, or if you've just went to the beach, if you just met someone and went, hey, that's weird, how come we have all the same experiences? If you work in the medical field, if you're a healer, if you wear your hair in puff balls, bantu knots, or meatball buns like Sailor Moon, or like space buns, I think that's what they call them too. If you practice magic, if you have dark skin, or if you're more caramel complexion, or if you're Asian, but specifically Filipino, also I'm hearing Latinas. If you've been around a lot of purple flowers, something like a wreath / nest, if you're known for wearing a specific garment like a jacket, sweater, cardigan, or flannel, if you've been around a lot of bright things like bright yellow, getting that coin, you've been drinking a surprising amount. If you've recently thought about getting your ears pierced, if you're blonde, seeing butterflies wherever they're located, like let's say if you see them like on the internet, or if you see them in nature, like if you just see butterflies in general. But if you see a crow flying overhead, like in person, like if you're in the car or you're walking, whichever, white combat boots, Here Comes the Bride, Mean Girls, and that can mean either the movie or just mean feminine energy. Have fixed placements in your charts, like which are Aquarius, Taurus, Leo, and what's the last one? Oh my gosh. Aquarius, Leo, Taurus. That's so random. Not Cancer. Oh my god. It's Scorpio. Why was that so hard? I Scorpio ruled. Why would I forget about Scorpio? That's my main homie. It's Pluto and Mars. That's so funny. Yeah, if you have fixed placements, if you've been gambling, if you keep seeing Nordic runes like randomly, if you have Cancer placements, if you have second house placements, if you've seen people, you've seen people with blue hair in person, if your luck has started to change, and if you're riding on a high, which riding on a high reminds me of Infinity on High. And I think I don't know how to explain it. I feel like that's a clue for someone. Signs of manifestation are leaving people behind, whether that is recently or within the last 5 years, picking up the pieces, new friend, advice from a stranger, rainbows, and that could either mean in public or like a regular fucking rainbow, or when it like the reflection casts a rainbow on something, like that too, or if you just happen to see a picture of a rainbow, that all applies. If you have been around children playing, if you live in a valley, if you see a blue house, or if you see a strange looking house, and I don't necessarily mean creepy, but I mean if just a house is like, oh, that looks weird. That's what I mean by strange looking house. Like, oh, that's a weird fucking house. Like, this weird layout, weird look. Like, why? Like, just why? That's what I mean. If you, I don't know how to explain this one, but just as at a distance. If you see a cheetah print coat, or if you buy a cheetah print coat, or if you're thinking about buying a cheetah print coat, wreaths, like a Christmas wreath, but not just a Christmas wreath, but like a wreath. Strolling along on a high horse, making things easier for yourself in black ripped jeans. Your affirmations are: I am always discovering new things about myself. I find support where I can. I am more than my past. I am alive. I am welcoming new perspectives. All right, and that was it. That was your reading for Dionysus. That was fun. I hope to do this with another DD. I hope you guys like this. Before I go, I figured I would mention ways that Dionysus told me he wanted to be honored. I did look some of these up, but he was kind of like that one. So, being inspired by women, so like having a female muse, having fun at parties, being fun at parties, like not being a fucking party pooper, owning your sexuality, whether that is your gender or your, like if you're LGBTQ, or if you're a straight woman, even, or, woman in general. He's all about the women. Ooh, also listening to female authority figures, but not like, like cops. Like trusted women, like women you can trust that are fucking feeding you bullshit. Respect those women. He'd really appreciate that. Taking part or respecting dance and theater. Drinking wine, of course. Living with wild abandonment. Grapevines. Worshipping or working with Athena or Hecate. Giving thanks to his mother. I think it's pronounced Semele. I've never heard of her before.